I stabbed my son, and I don't regret it. I put a kitchen knife into my 17-year-old son's shoulder and watched him fall to the floor screaming. My husband came running down the stairs and found me standing over him with red on my hands and red pooling on the carpet. What did you do to him? He grabbed his phone and called 911. My wife stabbed my son. The police showed up 5 minutes later. They threw me to the ground and cuffed me while the paramedics carried my son out on a stretcher. He was screaming that I tried to kill him. My daughter was sitting on the stairs watching the whole thing silently. My husband came to visit me in jail the next day. I'm filing for divorce today. I told him I needed to explain what happened, and he slammed both hands against the glass. You put a knife in your own child. There is nothing you could possibly say to change my mind. I hope you rot in here. My son gave a statement from his hospital bed saying he lived in fear of me his whole life. My mother called the jail. You're not my daughter anymore. I'm going to have a funeral for the girl I raised because that girl would never do what you did. My lawyer told me the prosecutor was pushing for 25 years. Your husband is testifying against you, and your son is saying you abused him for years. Nobody believes you didn't just snap and try to murder your own kid. I told her I needed to talk to my daughter, and she shook her head. She's not talking. She just stares at the wall. I told my lawyer to keep trying because my daughter was the only one who knew what really happened. 4 weeks later, she came back and her hands were shaking. She finally talked. She said when your son came home that night, he was talking to people who weren't in the room. I nodded. She said he grabbed her by the hair and dragged her into the living room. He threw her on the floor and put his knee on her chest. My lawyer's voice dropped to a whisper. He pulled out a knife and held it against her throat. He told her the voices said he had to kill her or they would never leave him alone. I felt tears running down my face. She said you came downstairs and begged him to stop, but he just pressed harder and there was red running down into her shirt. My lawyer closed the folder. She said you grabbed the first thing you could find and stabbed him in the shoulder because it was the only way to make him let go. She said you saved her life. I wiped my eyes. I had half a second to make a choice. I chose a wounded son over a dead daughter. I'm not sorry.